First of all, every single one of you, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. This is a really exciting celebration for a social ignition. I am Meg Worden. I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships for a social ignition, which is a really, really awesome title. Because I really think that partnership is what gets us all through, what helps everyone succeed. We don't do any of this alone. So tonight I want to suggest that we are here for you guys to develop a partnership with a social ignition. I want to suggest that you guys are here hopefully to meet each other and maybe develop spontaneous and unexpected partnerships that benefit you in your life. And I also want to talk about the way that a social ignition is different than a lot of other people. I want to say we do not nonprofit business as usual. This is not about coming in and scooping up the less fortunate than ourselves and helping them be successful. This is about creating partnerships with people whose success benefits your success as much as yours benefits them. So I want to suggest that we also come together into this exploratory space where we find a new way to talk about reentry, to talk about stigma, and to talk about partnership. I found this line of work because I actually spent 2 years in federal prison myself. About 10 years ago, I was incarcerated for selling 5,000 hits of ecstasy. I sold it before I got pregnant. They caught up with me much later. The wheels of the justice system moved slow. I left an 18-month-old child behind. I'll fast forward through the 2 years in prison because I only have about 5 minutes to talk. But I will tell you this. When I got out of prison and I pulled up into the driveway to my mother's house, my son was about 3.5 and he ran outside so fast that he actually fell. And he'll tell this story still. He's 12 now, so he'll tell this story about how excited he was to see me. And I'd seen him 3 times in 2 years. And I scooped him up and grabbed him, and he put his head in my neck and stayed there for about 45 minutes. And we're talking about, if any of you know what a 3-year-old boy is like, that's actually kind of miraculous. So he stayed for about 45 minutes, and then when he did talk, he said, "Mom, I'm so glad you're home. We don't have to cry about missing each other anymore. Now we can cry about other things." And I think that that's an adorable and poignant story, and I love to tell it, and he loves to tell it. But I think it's also really full of wisdom, because the end of incarceration is not really the beginning of freedom. It's not really the end of being involved with the justice system. In fact, getting out of prison, in many ways, is much harder than going in. And so a social ignition is looking to change that, to create partnerships with the community, to create partnerships with you guys, build our board, bring on mentors for our program, and build relationships with corporate sponsors. So anyway, that brings me to meeting Sonia Scavarla, who is the founder of A Social Ignition, who has worked her butt off for 3 years now, having many, many wins and a lot of struggle, and who believes so strongly in this cause. She is one of the most non-judgmental, open-hearted, generous, and tireless people that work for justice and that work for equality. She has core values of non-exclusion, being non-exclusive, core values of integration, and it's because of her that we're all here. So I'll go ahead and introduce her. Oh, a couple more things. as Director of Strategic Partnerships, I hope to get to talk to all of you tonight. Secondly, get your picture taken. Third, DeBooth is amazing. Thank them. Drink. Please use all of your social media outlets. Hashtag ASI launch. And without further ado, I'll introduce you to Sonia Skavarla. Thank you guys so much. Sonia?